thought I had it all: a loving husband, two beautiful kids, and a life we built together in Raleigh. But one reckless moment shattered everything. How did a single mistake spiral into betrayal, rage, and a marriage on the brink? Can I ever win back the love we lost? Join me as I unravel the truth behind my story. Once upon a time, my husband became a monster when he found out about my affair and my pregnancy, a desperate act to escape his insatiable desires. He brutally attacked my affair partner, unleashed his fury on my parents for holding him accountable, and now he has left me behind. What can I do to ignite his feelings for me? And then came his reply: I need to vent and seek advice on fixing my marriage. 7 months have passed since my husband uncovered my betrayal. We're both 40, and before I found out, my husband was so sweet. He's flawed, undeniably human. He had his oddities, yet I was everything to him. He lived for us. He toiled endlessly, ensuring I could nurture our son and daughter at home. He had a way of doing the sweetest things that could light up my darkest moments. It happened. My husband was everything I wasn't. In high school, he was a whirlwind, rude yet charming, obnoxious and always ready for a fight, surrounded by a string of girlfriends. But that summer, before senior year, he suddenly wanted to reach out to me. I was the outcast, lost in worlds of video games, comic books, and the thrill of cosplay. From the moment he arrived in our town of Raleigh in 8th grade, his kindness enveloped me. He stood apart, his family unique, and everyone craved his company. He was the reason I received my first invitation to a party. He showed me the rhythm of salsa, then vanished into the popular crowd, leaving me shattered. That summer, he strolled into the comic shop, where I worked in Durham, lingering all day, lost in conversation, and even walked me home. Days blurred into one another. By summer's end, we were entwined. My senior year was unforgettable, a whirlwind of joy and emotion. I was in the spotlight, surrounded by laughter and lights, lost in the whirlwind of endless parties. My favorite moment? Just the two of us lost in time. I always gave my all. I pushed myself to the limit, dragging him along into the depths of my determination. We entered the same college in Chapel Hill, and soon after graduation, we were bound together in marriage. Our son arrived a year and a half later, followed by our daughter just 20 months after him. My husband fought tirelessly for us through it all. Job hunting felt like an endless struggle, his lack of experience haunting him at every turn. He took on odd jobs: construction, grave digging, janitorial work, and receptionist duties, until a company in Greensboro finally offered him a shot as a computer tech. My husband gained a significant amount of weight during that period, yet his desire remained insatiable. I held on to my shape, fiercely guarding it. Before long, we resembled a whimsical duo straight out of a cartoon. A robust man, strong yet soft, beside his lean, athletic wife. One Halloween, we donned the costumes of Barney and Betty Rubble, embracing the cliché with fervor. He put in the effort, but it never seemed enough. He struggled fiercely to shed the body fat, yet his desire burned fiercely, unquenchable. It slipped away, fading into nothingness. I don't crave intimacy. I simply wasn't feeling it. As the years went by, I found myself uninterested in any intimate gestures. Fatigue consumed me. The kids completely exhausted me. Cooking and cleaning left me utterly exhausted. He stepped in, tackling the laundry, cooking, and cleaning with unwavering resolve. Saturday was for takeout, while Sunday belonged to Dad in the kitchen. Yet exhaustion clung to me, dulling my spirit. I once cherished the moments when he claimed it from me, yet my no's outnumbered my yeses. His mood darkened with each passing moment without it. He'll break and vent his frustrations. And when we had esks, he transformed it into an endless race. It would crush me, aching for days, while he craved even more. He wanted me to transform for him. I never wanted to go through with it. Yet, he donned the costumes I crafted for comic and video game conventions in Charlotte, fully aware of his deep disdain for them. His frustration over our missing esks was palpable. We went to counseling, and the counselor revealed my husband was a borderline ex-addict, yet all he wanted was to be intimate with me. I got myself checked, and the results revealed low estrogen. They prescribed me several medications to address it. Yet, it failed again. My doctor revealed I was facing female impotence, a condition I never believed could exist. It happened in a moment, unexpected and electric. It was neither romantic nor grand. It was never meant to be. My friends and I were together, lost in the moment. Bound by vows, united in faith, we laughed and bowled, lost in the moment. After so long apart, our reunion was electric, filled with laughter and joy. After the game, the ladies vanished. Instead of heading home, I slipped into the lounge in Asheville, seeking refuge from the lingering buzz. That was the moment I encountered my affair partner. In his early 20s, he caught sight of me engrossed in a manga on my phone, and our conversation ignited. I want to point fingers at the drink, but I was just tipsy. I wish I could pin this on loneliness. Yet my husband craved me, showering me with unwavering attention. I can't claim my marriage was unhappy. We were truly joyful together. I can't explain why I acted that way. I understand exactly how it unfolded. We exchanged words for hours, his charm igniting a spark, and I responded in kind. He led me to my car, then kissed me, igniting a spark that lingered in the air. I pulled him closer, kissed him fiercely, and we lost ourselves in the motel next door. I can't explain my actions. It was fleeting. He urged me to submit, but I stood my ground. We clashed fiercely, but it left us both empty. In a moment of clarity, I pushed him away, muttered an apology, got dressed, and walked out. Home was quiet. My husband and child slept on the sofa, blissfully unaware. I stepped into the shower, the water masking my tears as I faced the weight of my choices. I convinced myself it was a one-time error, a fleeting moment that would never repeat. After my shower, I left my husband and kids on the sofa, crawled into bed, curled up tight, and wept myself to sleep. The following day, I longed to reveal the truth, but fear held me captive. I acted as if it never occurred. For 5 weeks, I buried the truth. But then the weight of reality hit. I was late. I took a pregnancy test. It was positive. Confusion washed over me. My husband and I were intimate twice. He had a vasectomy, and I ensured the other man wore a condom that night. Still, he never finished. I visited the doctor, and the news hit hard. I was pregnant. The conversation that followed was painfully awkward. We realized he must have taken off the condom, and the doctor explained how it could have been the semen that caused it. Fear consumed me, and I made the choice to end the pregnancy. I had to let this child go. I just couldn't hurt him like that. This was meant to stay hidden. I arrived home, tears streaming down my face, bracing myself for the moment the kids walked through the door. But my husband returned unexpectedly. I smiled as he walked in, but his eyes burned with fury. Health Equity reached out, presenting a fresh insurance claim. His question cut deep, and tears streamed down my face. He asked again, his voice tight with urgency, how long the affair had lasted. I spoke the truth. I insisted it was just a fleeting moment, shoving him away. Yet he refused to accept my words. He said it again. His yell pierced through me, a shock wave of raw emotion. I insisted it was the truth, and he seized my chin, slamming me against the wall. It was the first time he had ever hurt me like this. His bloodshot eyes betrayed the battle within, tears threatening to spill over. He craved the truth, every last detail. What we did, his piercing gaze, the place we met, and then he called me an SLT in Spanish before leaving the house. Tears fell as I sent my sister to collect the kids. I craved solitude for when he returned. He arrived home long after midnight. I found him by the door, breath caught in my throat. His eye was a deep, dark bruise. Bloodstains marred his shirt, and his fists bore the marks of a fierce struggle. I asked if he was okay. He shoved me, insisting the blood wasn't his, then stormed into the bathroom, slamming the door behind him. I waited by the stairs, heart racing. When he emerged, his sneer cut deep as he strode into the living room. Once more, I reached out to him, desperate to uncover who he had clashed with. At first, he turned away, leaving me in silence. He turned to me, eyes blazing, and asked, "Who do you think I fought?" I went pale, and he continued to stare at the screen. The next day, I hit the bowling alley in Wilmington and started asking questions. My husband discovered the man's identity, and a fight erupted. Every day, the alley becomes a battleground. Unless there's blood, shot, stabbed, or dead, the sheriff won't even glance our way. For a week, he banished me from our room, forcing me to sleep on the sofa. I attempted to slip back onto the bed, twice. He screamed for me to leave, then pushed me off the bed. I glanced at him as I rose from the floor. Silence hung heavy between us. I returned to the sofa, tears streaming down my face. On the day of my appointment, he said I better go through with it, and I nodded. Fear gripped me as I faced the task alone. His glare burned with hatred when I pleaded for his company, and his words cut deep. Go F myself. Returning from the procedure, I found pods outside the garage. My husband and his friends were hurriedly unloading everything into them. I inquired about the situation, and he snapped that it was none of my damn business. Stunned silence enveloped his friends as I stepped away, leaving them behind. A few hours later, the sound of hammering drew me in. I stepped outside to find him transforming the garage into an apartment. I reached out to apologize, but he turned away, leaving me in silence. In a moment of fury, I unleashed my apologies, only to ignite his rage further. He looked me in the eye and declared he wouldn't waste another ounce of energy on me. He said he'd divorce me if he could. But after talking to lawyers, he realized alimony and child support would leave him unable to survive alone. He was trapped with me. The first month felt heavy, filled with unspoken tension as I struggled to find the right words for the kids. I reached out to him for a meal, but he turned away. He'd return, glance at the kids, brush past me, and retreat to his garage apartment. In the second month, I pleaded for him to seek counseling, and he agreed. He stayed silent, then erupted, accusing me of betrayal, and I was left speechless. Then the blow landed hard. I discovered he's been involved with numerous women. I believed his words were a weapon aimed at my heart. yet his face told a different story. The counselor inquired about the number, and he replied that he doesn't keep track, but admitted to connecting with different women nearly every day for the last 3 weeks. He craved validation, a sense of manhood, and the warmth of desire. He's been navigating the digital world. When the counselor said 2 wrongs don't make a right, he shot back, insisting it wasn't 2 wrongs at all. I betrayed you, shattered our promises, deceived you, became pregnant, and concealed the truth. He's struggling to navigate this facade, where we wear smiles in public, but return to the cold reality of mere roommates behind closed doors. It pained me, yet I believed it was my chance to reclaim his heart. The next month, he started chatting with different women right in front of me. This time, I was done. I told him I wanted out. He laughed at me. He urged me to proceed without hesitation. He would ensure the truth was revealed to all. He'll shout it from the rooftops, share it on our family's Facebook, and include it in our holiday newsletter to everyone we know. His words silenced me instantly, and he ordered me to go, but I couldn't bring myself to leave. We fought and fought. His emotion was a rare spark, igniting something deep within me. We found ourselves lost in an X that stretched for hours. When it ended, joy surged through me. We were on the mend, or so I believed, until he shattered it all with those words, "Get out." My value lingered too long. His words struck deep, but I walked away. It's been like this for months. Sometimes we connect, and just like that, I'm cast aside the moment he's done. He'll keep going out, and I can feel it. He's still with other women. We've been connecting more deeply. In counseling, we talk, yet the wounds remain unhealed. In a raw moment, he confessed to the counselor that something within him was shattered. His gaze pierces through me, a haunting reminder of lost years as he drifts through life, empty and unfulfilled. I pleaded with him for a chance to begin anew. He said the moment the kids are old enough to free him from child support, he'll be leaving me. Then he walked out. If he's determined to leave, why does he keep showing up for counseling each week? I'm certain he's only saying these things to wound me. Our anniversary arrived, and our family celebrated with a surprise party. He wore the mask of a joyful husband, and I loathe myself for the pain I caused him. I ache for the love we once shared, his grip on my hand, the soft brush of his lips on my cheek at the party lingered in the air, electric and unforgettable. I yearn to believe his sappy speech, despite its insincerity. We returned home. He tucked the kids in, and I reached out to his ex. We connected, but once it ended, he stood up and walked away. I pleaded for him to remain, but he turned away, leaving me to weep into the night. I'm desperate for assistance. I need my husband back. I crave the life we once had. Has anyone faced this or something like it? I need advice to save my marriage. I need your help. New developments. Am I a beast? I'm speaking out through my potential ex-wife's account. I was directed to share this here. We stand divided, shattered by her betrayal. I'm struggling with it in a way that's not good for me. As my possible ex-wife confronted me with her post, I felt the weight of uncertainty. Was I the monster in this story? I'm wounded, seething, and she concealed her truth. My potential ex has classic autism paired with savant abilities. Every note whispered to her, and she brought it to life with perfect precision. With a single glance, she perceives their measurements, ready to craft any garment they desire. From the moment I met her, my heart raced with an undeniable attraction. Everyone warned me against her, claiming she was unstable. Yet she captivated me. Her daily arrival in self-made outfits was a joy that filled my heart. I spoke to her endlessly about her outfits, discovered the depths of various anime and comic characters. It wasn't for me, but her joy ignited something in me, and I couldn't help but smile. I started to uncover the truth of her condition. In the 90s, the internet was a distant dream for many. I visited the library and clinics in Winston-Salem, reaching out to those who understand autism, all to be there for her. I had to do the work. She deserved nothing less. They believed I had lost my mind. Even her parents stood firmly against it. But as we began dating, she fought to change and grew stronger. We've been with the same counselor since the beginning of our journey together, all for her. Yet, at times, it truly aids me. Absolutely, I sacrifice so much for her. I face countless outbursts, especially during her sensory struggles. I endured so much for her, driven by love. For her, I would do anything. Just a month after tossing our caps, we said, "I do." She dreamed of a cosplay wedding, and I fulfilled it for her comfort. Intimacy varies, from once to 6 times a month, or even none. Her wild mood swings and relentless obsessions with manga consumed her, or her fixation on ensuring our kids avoid an SD. I yearned for more children. Her fears about passing her SD consumed her, leading me to make the choice of a vasectomy. It haunted me for days. I longed for more children. Being with someone who has an SD is nothing like the portrayals on screen. I watch shows like The Good Doctor or Atypical. They portray my wife's ASD with striking accuracy. Yet, the reactions of their friends and family feel like pure enchantment. I apologize if I'm going on too much. I'm striving to create a vivid image. Yes, I am. At 5'11", the battle against excess body fat has consumed me for years. I was a football player, a powerhouse at 250 pounds of pure muscle in high school. I was 228, burdened by man boobs and a gut during the affair. The doctor says it's just stretched skin, but every glance in the mirror deepens my self-doubt. My potential ex meant the world to me. She consumed my every thought. I craved her, not the release of my own hand. The absence of intimacy between us was my greatest concern. Oral was nearly absent. Except when we faced it, betrayal is X. Yet, she would give me 10 minutes of pleasure, while I would lose myself in her for 3 times that long. Even then, when it ended, she was finished. Rounds 2 and 3 were a fleeting rarity. In 26 years, I can tally the moments of intimacy on both hands. I sought to ignite a spark. I begged her to wear her cosplay, but all I got were endless refusals. At night, she lingered in the shadows, yearning for intimacy as the clock ticked toward the witching hour. Yet, I was exhausted by then. I suggested a hike, hoping for a wild moment in the woods, but she said no. One Friday, I waited for the kids to leave for school, hoping for a moment with my wife, but was met with rejection. My wife never uttered those words first. Her warmth faded away, leaving a chilling void. She never makes the first move. She sits apart, a distance that speaks volumes. Every action ignites a reaction. No action was taken, and I was lost in darkness. I loved her deeply. I confronted her about my concerns. I let my frustration spill out. I've tried to compromise, but I know I can be a jerk when I'm not getting any. When you're always giving and the other just takes, making you feel guilty for wanting to be wanted, it wears you down. Have I ever considered betraying her trust? Not a chance. Have I truly had my chances? Abundance. The email hit me like a punch. My wife was knocked out. I spiraled. I touched her in my pain. She was everything to me. She was everything to me. The one woman I pledged my heart to, and she betrayed me. I had to find out how often. I trusted her when she said it was just a single time. At the bowling alley in Fayetteville, I lingered at the bar, lost in deep conversations with strangers about women for hours. They met in the shadows of the alley. After a long search, I finally found him. In that moment, I struck. Did I make a mistake? Perhaps. Yet it filled me with warmth. Her presence was unbearable. I consulted multiple attorneys. They informed me that due to her SD status and our 2 children, after alimony and child support, I'll be left with just $750 a month. I was told staying married would be better for my finances. A non-contested or no-lawyer divorce still hinges on the judge's ruling. I was warned that choosing this path could leave me with just $500 a month. I transformed my garage into a living space. I treated my potential ex terribly. Was it a mistake to ensure she had an abortion? No, not for me. Why would I want to be haunted by her betrayal every day? That child was never mine to see as my own. I can never be that child's father. That would harm a child far more. Days after her abortion, I found myself on Tinder for the first time in 26 years. I betrayed her with another woman. Guilt consumed me. A wave of anxiety surged through me, and I nearly bolted from the room. Her presence ignited a longing within me, a warmth that enveloped my very soul. Every woman I encountered on the apps ignited a deep desire within me, and I lost control. It wasn't the SX I craved or imagined. It was the beginning and the love. I realize that may come off as superficial. In that moment of our counseling session, my words struck a chord, and the counselor truly grasped my meaning. She kept saying she didn't know why she betrayed me. It left me bewildered. I might ask her to share a memory from our time together. She will recount every vivid moment of that day, and still, this one escapes her grasp. I confess that I was with those women just to wound her, to reclaim my sense of manhood after her betrayal. I pressed on, fueled by the thrill of these fleeting encounters, a spark she hadn't ignited in years. The moments my possible ex and I shared felt different this time. She seemed to be fighting for us, pouring everything into the effort to mend what was broken, as if it was intentional. It hit me hard. She was with me, but her heart was elsewhere. She was with me, trying to mend the damage she caused. I threw her out when it was over. I felt it each time. She didn't choose me. She's doing it to save us. I laid bare my emotions on the issue. Her disbelief was palpable when I spoke those words. She was adamant about wanting to be intimate with me. She longed for our hearts to beat as one. I told her, no matter how we begin again, it can never be what it was. I took the plunge and started seeing a therapist. It helps me confront the trauma, for an affair is deeply traumatic. It pierces the soul. It leaves you hollow. It leaves you with the haunting sense that every moment shared was in vain. Your sacrifices were nothing but a cruel joke. At first, I needed proof that they were truly mine. Every word from my possible ex felt like a lie. Desperate, she urged our counselor for sodium pentothal, convinced it would reveal her truth. She had never cheated and never intended to. I told her it wouldn't change a thing. 2 months of silence. Apps gone. Life paused. 3 weeks ago, my potential ex and I shared an intimate moment. We celebrated 21 years together. Yet, in those intimate moments, I sensed her reluctance. a duty masked as desire, all for the sake of our anniversary. I walked away when it was over. I repeated myself endlessly, but she still doesn't get it. I urged her, if she really wanted to mend this, she had to confess to her parents what transpired. I won't share this with anyone. They'll make me walk away from her. They care for her deeply. Her presence at SD was always a source of conflict. Her parents would guard our secret, ready to support her if I choose to walk away. My firstborn is 12 now, and my second just hit 11. Unless a huge raise comes my way, I'm stuck here for the next 8 years. Years spent in the same space, fueled by a burning hatred. Could I ever let it go? I can't explain it, but it will haunt me forever. I've changed how I see her completely. I can't reach her anymore, the one I'd sacrifice everything for just to see her smile. My wife is gone from my sight. A woman stands before me, the one who shattered my heart. Time is said to mend every scar, but healing for me is still a distant dream. An eternity. Here's a quick glimpse of our progress. All viewpoints are embraced. 3 months have passed, and the struggle is real. Measured and deliberate captures it perfectly. We broke the news to my parents right after his post. We went to see them in Cary, sat them down, and their anger was directed at my husband. They seethed with anger, knowing they had warned him this would come to pass. My ASD made me vulnerable, easily swayed by others. His normal treatment of me would come back to haunt him, and my affair was the proof. His rage boiled over, and he unleashed a scream at my parents. For the first time, his fury erupted against them. A surge of sensations overwhelmed me, and I recalled the reason I sought that man out. Yet, my thoughts were consumed by my husband. He shattered, screaming at my parents. He wept for the first time in ages, and I pushed aside my own pain and anxiety to soothe him. Watching me brought tears to my parents' eyes, and he quietly slipped away. Yet, I pursued him. I laid it all bare the moment he arrived. He came closer, our words tangled in the air, discussing Goblin Slayer, while I lingered, just biding my time through the haze. We were lost in conversation about manga, and when I said I had to go, he wouldn't let me leave without walking me to the car. I surrendered to the moment as his lips met mine. I never wanted to hurt this stranger, yet here we are, and I have no defense. I was wrong, foolish, reckless, and utterly selfish. I poured my heart out, and he absorbed every word. I saw it in his gaze. Fury surged within him, yet he held his tongue, paralyzed by restraint. He simply listened, absorbing every word, every breath, every unspoken thought. After a week, he started attending a support group for betrayed spouses twice weekly in High Point. It was a revelation, a hidden world unveiled. He led me to the site, the community center pulsing with life, and I found myself at a meeting, heart racing. His pain pierced through me. Listening to others like him was a torrent of emotions. It was overwhelmingly heavy. Just last month, he showed improvement and even returned home. Normalcy eluded us. We were miles away. Yet, we were discovering our ground. 2 weeks ago, he caught me off guard with a dinner date. Everything felt perfect. We laughed, and then everything changed in an instant. I witnessed it. I sensed it deeply. Then our waiter appeared, and it was him. In an instant, the man I had shared my bed with became a target. As my husband transformed from gentle to feral, unleashing his fury upon him, I clutched my head, tears streaming down my face. The screams pierced through me, unbearable. He slipped the noise-canceling headset over my ears and led me away. Tears streamed down my face. I feared he would be taken away in handcuffs. Reservations were made. Yet the police never arrived at our door. He hasn't left the garage since. He attends the support group twice weekly, meets with his therapist, and sees our counselor. He fights with every ounce of strength, and I long to erase it all. We were everything. Now, it's just silence. Another tale unfolds, whispers in the dark. He shifts blame like a shadow, never seeing his own flaws, lost in a world of self-deception. My wife vanished without a word, delivering a divorce along with a letter that condemned me for a single mistake, shattering our decade-long bond in an instant. Seeing her pregnant with another man's child, I can't fathom how she can move on so fast and marry. Is she unfaithful? I understand. I know my flaws. I messed up, and I feel it deep inside. We shared a breathtaking connection. She remains my everything. 10 years. 2 of dating. 8 of marriage. I betrayed her trust in the worst way. It happened only once, just that one damn time. She discovered the truth. I lost the chance to speak to her, and now I'm left in silence. She must have discovered something on my phone. I returned home that afternoon, and an unsettling feeling hung in the air. The house echoed with absence. Her absence hit me like a punch. Everything she left behind vanished in an instant. Panic surged through me. I kept dialing her number, desperate for a response. Yet her phone remained silent. In an instant, my eyes locked onto the papers scattered across the table. She was leaving me. Under the divorce papers, a note read, "This is how you deal with cheaters." That was the final piece she left me, 2 years gone. I reached out to her lawyer, the sole connection we have left. He just said he was her legal representative and that she didn't want to see me. Anger surged within me, a fierce storm brewing. In the end, her lawyer advised me to find my own representation. I couldn't bear it. I couldn't bear the thought of a decade together ending in such a way. I realized my defeat. I always yearned to make it right. If only she would let me, I could reignite the love of that sweet girl I met over a decade ago. I believe she will find it in her heart to forgive me. Many couples face the same struggles and emerge stronger. Why can't we just be another couple in that number? After 8 years, why am I discarded like trash for a single mistake? Indifference is a heavy burden I cannot bear. 2 years without her sight or sound. The silence is deafening. 2 years without seeing or speaking to the one you love is an unbearable torment. This situation has shattered me, body, mind, and soul. I drowned my sorrows in a sea of alcohol. My body, a hollow shell, from weeks of neglect. No food, no sleep. For months I wandered like the undead. I was merely going through the motions. I felt like I was at the end of my rope. I couldn't let go of life. Hope for her return anchored me. My therapist says it's agonizing when closure eludes you, leaving your mind trapped in the past, unable to accept the end. You keep waiting for that knock, for the moment you'll wake up and find them beside you again. It's been over a year since the divorce was finalized. I fought hard against this, never wanting it to end. The reality of our divorce still baffles me. I reached out for help, but she turned away. Her lawyer urged her to go. At least once or twice, I learned from mine. Yet she stood firm. After a long struggle, the divorce finally came. Words fail to capture the depth of this emotion. A part of me is missing, and the ache lingers on. I can feel the pain I caused her. I realize my defeat. Everyone deserves another shot at redemption. In the depths of my suffering, I chose to seek help. My therapist offers no guidance on winning her back. He urges me to embrace life, to seek new connections, and venture into the world of dating. I can't bring myself to do it. I've lost all interest in SX now. A few days ago, everything fell apart, leaving me utterly broken. My friend and I shared a few beers at my place, laughter echoing in the air. We'll name him Quentin. We were lost in the haze of intoxication. I began to speak of my wife, and he replied, "You need to try harder to move on from her. She's moved on, thriving in a world without you. Follow suit. Self-pity can't be your forever home." His words struck me, but not as he intended. He spoke with unwavering certainty that my wife has moved on and found happiness. How could he possibly know that? Frustration surged within me, and I pushed him to open up. He turned away. I pushed with all my strength, tears streaming down my face, pleading for him to reveal what he knew. I had to uncover a truth about her. He finally revealed that his wife had been in touch with mine for the past year. They were close, and I recall Rachel, my friend's wife, deeply saddened by the loss of connection with my wife. My wife moved to Seattle, married someone else, and is now 7 months pregnant. It was as if life itself was slipping away. This news hit me like a punch to the gut. How could she betray me like this? How could it be that I was drowning in tears, lost in a bottle, aching for her, wishing for an end, while she was joyfully living, marrying, and starting a family with someone else across the country? How is it possible that after all those years of trying, I believed she was infertile, yet she became pregnant so effortlessly with him? Who is this guy, and where did he even come from? I'm lost, drowning in uncertainty, and I can't see a way forward without clarity. All I can imagine is her seeking revenge with the first man she met in Seattle, ending up pregnant and choosing to keep the child. Perhaps she married to secure her place in that city forever. In many places, marriage seems like a solid choice for that. I'm lost. These thoughts are suffocating me. I can't believe she could love him. I have to reach out, to confront her. I must understand what's happening, because it feels like our decade together means nothing to her now. I seek guidance on my next steps. I must go to her, to find her, to feel her presence once more. But how can I possibly achieve that? I'm lost in the dark. No city, no home, no way to reach her. She vanished from social media. Her family is distant, and they've all shut me out. I feel utterly adrift. I'm lost, unsure of my next step. I still crave her, even with the weight of new life between us. This nightmare consumes me. I must awaken now. I absorbed nearly every comment. When I say almost all, I mean it. Truly, almost all. It's overwhelming to confront the torrent of harsh words thrown my way. You seem to forget I'm a person, not just an object. I hope to discover empathy by revealing my story here. Only 2 souls understood my pain, and their words lifted me from despair. I seek no approval, nor do I need anyone to tell me it's all right. I understand it isn't, and I carry that burden every single day. I'll do my best to reply. I'll never manage to reply to every comment here. You have no idea what it feels like to be shattered, unable to move on from someone who haunts your every thought. Love chooses you, not the other way around. You can't choose when to let go of someone. It will come to pass in its own time. To those who question my tale, I assure you, it is all too real. I wish this were a lie, yet it is not. Every day I confront this chaos. They all think she's found joy at last. How can you be sure? I just don't understand. It's been 2 years since I last saw her. I have no clue if she's truly happy. Pregnancy can bring unexpected shadows, not just joy. And not being married either. The details of this marriage remain shrouded in mystery. Perhaps she married out of necessity, a child on the way, and the crushing solitude of a foreign land closing in on her. She clung to him tightly. I can't escape the weight of my own guilt. If only I had been a better person, a better husband, this wouldn't have happened. Regret lingers. I can't undo my mistakes. I had to find a way to make it right for her. How do you atone for your mistakes when the other person refuses to let you try? They claim she doesn't owe me another shot. It pierced through me. Yet, I realized she might not need to. I kept my silence, never pointing fingers at her for our struggles with infertility. It was merely a fleeting thought. We faced the doctor together. Yet, in both instances, the tests showed all was well. I never grasped why we couldn't create life. The thought of her infertility pierced my mind. And of course, the thought that I was as well. In many infertility cases, the cause lies with the female. Perhaps that's the reason I believe that. Words cut deep, leaving scars that ache. I could never harm my ex-wife, even if she stood before me. I never laid a hand on her. Never again. I refuse to be defined by abuse. I refuse to be a monster. I understand it's difficult to feel what I feel. I realize I messed everything up. I realize the pain I caused her runs deeper than words can express. I am neither a monster nor a narcissist. They claimed I never loved her. If only things had been different, I wouldn't have betrayed her trust. This feels deeply unjust. You believe you can seize love and dictate someone else's true emotions. You believe you know my thoughts and feelings. Only then would you understand my pain. Don't even try to say I don't love her. Not a single day passes without the weight of regret since she walked away. This is love, and no one can convince me otherwise. Humans are far more intricate than many realize. Cheating doesn't erase my love for her or my feelings. It complicates everything, but the heart still aches. I labeled my actions a mistake. What other word could capture it? I believed that accepting blame meant acknowledging my mistake. Yet everyone interprets my words as if I'm manipulating the situation when that's not true. You've distorted everything I said. I feel the weight of my pain on her heart. Perhaps I turn inward in my post because I could never find the words for her. Since then, I've been trapped in a whirlwind of attempts, piecing together a story in my mind that defies logic. In an instant, all was gone. I bared my soul, but it fell flat in this place. Definitely not my thing. I feel the weight of my actions on her soul. She abandoned everything. Her life, the country she had embraced, her friends, her career. Only deep pain drives someone to do that after a breakup. I get it. The pain I caused her cuts deep, and guilt consumes me. I'm going to reply to a few comments and then take a break from Reddit for a few days until I feel better. Insightful remarks from the commenter. Tell me who you betrayed her with. This is crucial information. Original post. A mysterious woman haunted the gym in Burlington. Her presence both captivating and unsettling. Insignificant. Yet, it lingers. It was meaningless, not even for a heartbeat. I was a fool. Observer. Your lack of remorse for cheating is striking. So, she discovered the truth without you ever intending to share it. 2 years have passed. Embrace your choices and release the weight. She's gone for good. Billions of souls, each with their own story. Heal Grow. A second chance awaits you with someone new. Your just 36th original post. Regret consumes me for my betrayal. I'm a chaotic whirlwind, yet remorse grips my heart. Observer. You might still be in love. She isn't here, not with you. Original post. Does love simply vanish? Exactly like this. Sometimes, I wonder if my loyalty to our relationship surpasses hers. She left, remarried, got pregnant. It's as if I never existed. Here I am, tears streaming, wine in hand, pouring my heart out to strangers on Reddit about what we once had. My heart aches for her still. For her, it was effortless to dominate me. Observer. If only half of Reddit could match the self-respect your ex-wife embodies. Original post. She's not at fault. I feel the weight of the hurt I inflicted on her. Many couples face this and emerge stronger. It was just that one time, yet it lingered like a haunting echo. For months, I kept my heart locked away, never straying into the shadows of a side relationship. I never betrayed her with anyone else. I am not the father of another woman's child. I never betrayed her with her friend. Cheatin' shatters trust. Are you seriously comparing me to a man who betrayed his wife for years, or one who crossed the line with her sister? It's a truth that cuts deep. I'm seeking clarity in the update. 2 days later, the same post resurfaces. These days feel surreal. Sometimes I feel nothing. Other times, I am consumed by despair. So much has unfolded. I'll begin with an answer, then follow up with an update. Why Seattle, they wondered. I'm not sure, but she speaks many languages. She wields 6 languages like a master, each word a pulse of her vibrant soul. These languages pulse with the heartbeat of cultures she has always cherished. The Pacific Northwest stands out among them. Her fascination with Seattle's culture runs deep. She has faced this moment again. Yet her curiosity extends to other cultures, and she communicates in various languages. For me, that was never a sign she might have gone to that city. About the update. The post touched a few in my circle. Rachel's sister has taken to Reddit. She understands the tale and recognizes it was me. She confided in Rachel. Rachel's fury ignites as Quentin spills secrets. Quentin's fury burns bright, fueled by my Reddit post and his belief that I forced him to speak. I'm furious with them for standing by. 2 empty shells, while I endured pain for 2 long years, choosing silence over support. My marriage meant nothing to them. What makes their marriage matter to me? Rachel had the chance to hand me my ex-wife's number ages ago. She chose to stand by my ex, leaving 2 friends' marriage to unravel. No one seemed to notice my pain. I'm finished with them now. About my former wife. Thoughts swirl relentlessly. She won't just vanish. I told myself that if I looked deep enough, I would uncover something about her. I stalk her relatives through a shadow account on Instagram. Yet, I discovered nothing that connected me to her. I searched endlessly and finally stumbled upon a name I had seen before. Yet, it had never truly resonated with me until that moment. A woman with an unusual name, foreign to both the United States and my homeland. She isn't American, and her last name is peculiar. I visited her Instagram, but it was empty. Just a tiny, barely visible profile picture staring back at me. I searched for her on Facebook and discovered the same woman. Her profile picture unchanged. Her Facebook profile reveals everything. She is truly a lady from Seattle. I scrutinized the profile, a gnawing certainty creeping in that it was tied to my wife. How could a relative of hers possibly have this woman among their friends? I came across countless images, Faces, foliage, peaks, blooms, serene waters, just the kind of things an older woman shares. Then I saw the photo. My ex, a bride, wrapped in the arms of another man. I needed to translate the text. The mother embraced her son, tears of joy streaming down her face as she celebrated his wedding. Just a handful of pictures remained, barely enough. My ex's family appeared in the wedding photos, haunting reminders of what once was. The pictures were taken a year ago. A year ago, she said, "I do," to him. I can't grasp it. How could it all unravel in an instant? When did she first encounter him? I truly believed she married after finding out she was pregnant, not the other way around. This leaves me even more perplexed. Then, I stumbled upon another picture. In the group picture, she stood distant, almost a shadow. How could I not recognize her? He held her shoulders tightly, enveloping her in a fierce embrace. This image dates back to February 2023. She walked away in May 2022. Why is she with someone now, in February 2023? Just 9 months. She's in a relationship so solid that he's brought her into his family fold. What is happening here? My mind is a storm of questions, each one more urgent than the last. It's wrong to feel this way, yet here I am, consumed by it. I lost her, and it's all my fault. This feeling clings to my mind, relentless and consuming. For those dreaming of my ex with a Seattle tech mogul, let me shatter that illusion. It's far from the truth. He's towering, strikingly blonde, almost ghostly, with long, chunky hair that feels overwhelming. He resembles an old cartoon Viking, far from the image of a tech mogul. I discovered his Facebook profile. Yet he possesses so little. He claims to be an engineer, a 39-year-old engineer, clad in metal band t-shirts, defying the ordinary. I'm torn. As an engineer in another field, this hits differently. Why would she seek a man like me? My wife loves heavy metal, a sound I've always found repulsive. Yet, I remained silent. Your partner's music choices can be different from yours, and that's okay. I say this because perhaps that was how they truly bonded. She once forged instant bonds with those who shared her musical passion. I can't help but wonder, where did she find this guy? He can absolutely rise above this. The pregnancy still haunts my thoughts. I push it away, but it lingers. It baffles me. I am not infertile, despite what the comments imply. I've seen the doctor, and I know the truth, but it tears me apart to imagine her carrying another man's child. I just don't understand. This surpasses all my wildest dreams. I'm not going to Seattle. No way. I won't reach out to her. I ache to see her, to hear her voice again. Yet I can't make her choose that path. I'm overwhelmed, and there's so much to unpack in therapy. If this somehow finds you, know that my love for you remains. Reach out whenever you need. If this post finds you, new guy, know this. Your shot with her exists only because a colossal fool, far away, shattered everything. You likely encountered a woman deeply shattered by her divorce. You exploited her vulnerability, ensnaring her with a child. You've lost sight of fairness. Thanks for watching this story on Addy Story. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss a new tale. Stay tuned for more. And until next time, take care and keep living your own amazing stories.